Lil Tay is back from beyond the grave and exposing her father's dirty secrets.
I hope you realize how much bull has been surrounding my name from the moment I became famous till now. And I hope this cleared it up for you.
The latest ex-member of the Try Guys team airing his personal grievances with a certain ex-boss.
Look, here's the candid situation. This is somebody that I did not care for.
And we find out how Ariel, Ned, Alex, and Will are doing a year after the fallout. Let's get into it. Our first story covers Lil Tay's recent comeback, and all the bombshells that preceded and followed. Back in early August, the internet spent all of one day grieving the loss of Lil Tay, before the Instagram post regarding the controversial internet personality's sudden and tragic passing, along with her brother's, was confirmed to be a hoax. I want to make it clear that my brother and I are safe and alive, but I'm completely heartbroken and struggling to even find the right words to say. It's been a very traumatizing 24 hours. All day yesterday, I was bombarded with endless heartbreaking and tearful phone calls from loved ones, all while trying to sort out this mess, Lil Tay told TMZ in a statement. But who had crafted the disturbing announcement posted to the teenager's personal account? Lil Tay claimed that the post occurred when her account was compromised by a third party and used to spread jarring misinformation and rumors regarding her. In fact, the poster had even gotten her legal name wrong in the pseudo-obituary. She was Tay Tian, not Claire. As for who this third-party hacker was, well, according to a story Lil Tay posted to Instagram on September 26th, she believed the man behind the screen was her father. "My abusive, racist, misogynist, woman-beating father faked my death," the post alleged, alongside a photo of her father, Christopher Hope. However, Christopher was quick to deny these allegations and cast doubt on who posted them under his daughter's account. The person who is responsible for that Instagram post, as well as anyone repeating the completely false and libelous accusation within it, are virtually certain to become defendants in a defamation lawsuit, he told TMZ that day. "Everything stated is 100% false. And I trust that this should be obvious to anyone who knows me or the long history of absurd and untrue statements made by the various people who have controlled the Instagram account." But on September 30th, nearly 2 months after the internet mourned Lil Tay's passing and 5 years since she left the internet in 2018, the internet celebrity was back in the public eye and ready to tell her side of the story.
You already know what the f going on. Lil Tay's back. It's been 5 years and y'all still broke. The GOAT is back. 5 years.
And despite the somewhat hostile greeting from her Instagram Live, fans of Lil Tay seem to know not to take her insults to heart. One user joked, "Why she come back and instantly clock us like that? Like, I am still broke, but damn." And another commented, "Bro got rebooted and is flexing on us after 5 years. However, Lil Tay couldn't just use her signature combative attitude to breeze past the questions that lingered since her prolonged social media break, her passing and subsequent rebirth, and, you know, those damaging accusations against her father, Christopher Hope. Even performing various covers of songs on different instruments, including an impressive rendition of Metallica's Master of Puppets, failed to distract from recent scandals. As one user put it, "I'm so confused." But all would be answered in due time. After all, going live on Instagram wasn't the only thing Lil Tay had done that day. The teen had also made her musical comeback with Sucker for Green, the lead single to her upcoming debut album that was accompanied by a music video, which promptly began trending on YouTube. And while the pop song at first appeared to be a deviation from her rap persona as a child, the difference was only stylistic. In terms of content, well, the video made it clear she hadn't made a 180 from her reputation as the world's youngest flexer, as she poses amongst luxury cars and cash while singing the song's chorus. "Money, money, money. Money, money, money. I just can't look away from it. I want it, want it, want it." Lil Tay's mother, Angela Tian, and brother Jason Tian also made cameos in the video, although one member of the family remained notably missing from the footage, her father. And if this absence, paired with Lil Tay's previous statement about Christopher, wasn't indicative enough of a fractured relationship, her life surely was.
He is not the f***ing good guy here. He wanted control over my career and my money.
Yep. Lil Tay was prepared to expose exactly what had happened after she took the internet by storm in 2018, and it wasn't a happy story. According to Lil Tay, Her father had wormed his way back into her life just when her star was on the rise and regained custody.
5 years ago, I became famous, and my abusive absentee father, who had not been in my life for years up till that point, decided to come back into my life to take control over my career and my money. That's why I disappeared.
It was clear Lil Tay didn't hold her father in the highest regard when it came to her childhood. In fact, most of her memories of Christopher allegedly involved intimate scenes with his assistant and women he would find on Craigslist.
He was bringing random women around all the time and literally hooking up with them in front of me. I was a child.
And according to Lil Tay, one of these women made the leap from fling to wife. Her name was Hanny Hope, an alleged career scammer from the Philippines. And under the care of her father and Hanny, Lil Tay claimed her life changed, and not for the better. She alleged she was mistreated by Hanny and Christopher, both physically.
This is one of the worst incidents that happened. This is a police report.
And mentally.
They were abusing the out of me every single day that I was in their home.
One way Hanny allegedly tormented Lil Tay was by forcing her to watch inappropriate movies, including horror movies she was too young to see.
I couldn't get out of the room, and I was literally sobbing. And I tried to put my face into a pillow when they were playing the horror movie in front of me. And Honey Hope, she had me in a so I couldn't escape. And I had to sit through the entire Bride of Chucky movie when I was young as And then afterwards, she shoved me into the closet and locked me in there, and she said, "Go play with Chucky." I thought I was going to. I was scared as This traumatized me. They are sick people.
According to Lil Tay, even her stepmother's son began taking part in her mistreatment.
Physical abuse of me was so common in this household that her son caught onto it, and he was doing it to me too, and they would just egg him on.
Further allegations from Lil Tay's life include that her father packed her lunches with rotten, frozen, and parasitic food, and reprimanded her mother for trying to drop home-cooked meals off at the school.
He says if she continues doing that, he will continue to deduct child support.
That she was allegedly given deteriorating clothing while her father provided her stepmother with luxury items.
This is her TikTok. She's openly bragging about her designer collection of bags. Meanwhile, what the was I wearing at their house?
That her father still wasn't providing for her.
He owes me $250,000 in child support. He still owes it, by the way. He still hasn't paid it.
That he allegedly used the same aggression he used on Lil Tay on her mother and brother.
Obviously, things didn't just happen suddenly. Chris Hope has a history.
And more that she couldn't get into.
And remember that I am giving you a summary of what my life was like. I cannot possibly tell you every single incident that happened. I am summarizing what my childhood was like.
As for the Instagram post announcing that she had passed away, Lil Tay claimed her father and a man who fraudulently claimed to be her ex-manager had fabricated this news as part of a crypto scheme that would, in turn, sabotage her career.
Their plan was to fake my and then promote the crypto coin.
Since her alleged traumatic upbringing, Lil Tay's mother has regained sole custody, and the court has ordered Christopher to pay retroactive child support amounting to approximately $275,000 and ongoing child support. The Tian family was also granted the ability to relocate outside of Lil Tay's home city of Vancouver, an opportunity Lil Tay has already taken full advantage of by recently moving to LA for her career.
Me and my family had to go through even more years of through the court system because of him. But in the end, we won. I am free now, and I thank God every day for it. I thank my mom for it.
So, while this might be the last time we hear about Lil Tay's past,
I'm ready to move on. We are done with this.
This likely won't be the last time we hear about Lil Tay's future. Not by a long shot.
My abusive father, Chris Hope, swatted me to prevent me from continuing to expose his racism, misogyny, sexually abusive behavior, and domestic violence. You cannot stop me. You cannot silence me. This is not just for myself, but for all girls and women.
Our second story takes us back to the drama of yesteryear, as past Try Guys drama resurfaces with the loss of another member of the group. It wasn't so long ago that a certain cheating scandal rocked the internet after one part of YouTube's golden couple.
This is a photo from our wedding night. It's my favorite photo that we have.
You want my screen?
My wife. 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 My wife.
Had his private affair with Second Try associate producer and Food Babies co-host Alex Herring.
Zach, you're talking about like that forbidden love factor.
To Ned, because you have a hot wife.
That's kind of nice.
I miss Ned too.
Become public knowledge. And thus began Ned Fulmer's reversal of fortune as he lost his status as one of the internet's most beloved BuzzFeed alums, and in turn, his spot amongst the 3 remaining Try Guys, Keith Habersberger, Zach Kornfeld, and Eugene Lee Yang.
Ned Fulmer is no longer working with the Try Guys.
And recently, the Try Guys have been faced with another loss. In early September, the team had to bid adieu to another member.
So last week, after 5 years of dutiful employment, I quit my job.
That's Miles Bonsignore, who, despite not being one of the 3 remaining Try Guys, was a fixture in his own right at Second Try, where he's acted as a producer in the entertainment company's content. So, what scandal had led a member of the team to cut ties with the group this time? It seemed Miles was ready to spill the dirt, even if he had to make it up for dramatic effect.
I recently discovered that Keith has been harvesting Zach's organs and selling them on the black market.
In truth, the producer's departure from the company wasn't due to any burnout from handling big influencers, potential rifts amongst his colleagues, or last-ditch efforts to jump ship before another burgeoning scandal rocked the group. It was simply time to go.
After 5.5 years of the Try Guys, I think it's time I Try Guys something new.
According to Miles, he was just leaving to focus his attention elsewhere, namely on his call-in advice show, Perfect Person. And when it came to providing his former employers with any criticism, it turned out when it came to a job that included the perks of travel, extravagant meals, and in-office goofing around, there wasn't much to complain about.
I wouldn't have a career without Zach, Keith, and Eugene. They encouraged me, they invested their time, they gave me cash, and they gave me permission to be so unbelievably dumb on camera.
However, all the love Miles had for his former employers hadn't stopped him from nearly quitting last year.
I was having a lot of difficulty with a certain member of the staff who was in charge of a lot of the business decisions of the company. And, you know, to avoid a defamation suit, I'll just say that I found this particular individual quite yucky.
But before Miles had to make any tough decision, fate stepped in.
Lucky for me, that guy was publicly shamed and ousted from his own company. So I stuck around for another year to have an absolute ball with the remaining Try Guys.
And while Miles refraining from using this person's name might have prevented legal action being taken against him, there was no question who he was talking about. See, despite Miles previously keeping his feelings on Ned's dismissal to himself,
I'm not going to speak candidly about the situation because it involves real people and their personal lives. And while spilling tea can be fun, if you steep tea too long, it starts to taste yucky.
back when the Try Guys was still a foursome, viewers had sensed a tension between the two. Whether it was the way Ned would leave the room when Miles began his segment on the Try Guys podcast, The Tripod, or the way he spoke about Miles when Eugene explained his astrological traits.
They have a natural sense of humility and independence, I would say, about Virgos.
Okay, yeah, seems fine.
And then their negative traits.
That's not true.
And although viewers were sad to see Miles go, I felt nothing about Ned, but I am devastated by this. Others rejoiced in the karma of Miles' success and Ned's misfortune. After seeing Ned actively bully you on the tripod when you were my favorite, it makes me so happy that I spent my cold hard cash on your Patreon. You're thriving and I love to see it. You throwing shade at Ned for being horrible to you was beautifully done. Just chef's kiss. I always felt like he who does not even deserve to be named was rude and passive-aggressive to Miles from day one, and to find out that was true, after Miles became probably my favorite member, makes me even happier that he was exposed so publicly. This is the video I've been waiting for. I cannot wait to see what all you do now, Miles. When it came to the feelings of Miles' now ex-bosses, it seemed the producer was now gone, but not forgotten.
Miles, as of Friday, is no longer an employee of second try. He has moved on.
Or perhaps not really gone at all.
He has decided that he doesn't need us anymore.
But we need him! There he is! So he's still gonna be on the show with us here.
Yep, Miles is still on the tripod, this time as talent and not a producer.
Miles, you're a free man.
I'm a free man, and in fact,
agent.
We talked about this. You're no longer my boss. You're my colleague, my peer.
And as a free agent, Miles has no professional courtesy to filter his feelings on a certain ex-boss. At least, that's how Miles' viewers seemed to see it in his recent YouTube live. But even Miles seemed to know he was holding back.
It's hard to talk about because obviously I don't work there anymore, and neither does he.
However, when it came to the full tea, it seemed the producer had said as much as he could, or wanted to.
I'm the 30-year-old man, so do I want to talk about somebody that I didn't care for that much? Probably not. Like, that's interesting. I think a lot of people wanted the tea, and I tried to give just a little taste of like, look, here's the candid situation, was that this was somebody that I did not care for. Like, why would I waste my time talking about somebody who, I don't know, is no longer relevant? I hate to say it.
But while Ned might have faded into irrelevancy, who's to say the former Try Guy couldn't climb his way back into the spotlight? After all, there were whisperings online that Ned and Ariel weren't as retired from public life as they seemed. See, in recent months, fans have spotted the two out and about, such as this Redditor claiming they saw the pair in February 2023 at a local mall in the LA Burbank area with their children. Then, in July 2023, another person saw what looked like Ned and Ariel walking their dog. Using photos from Ariel's Instagram page to compare, it appears to be the same dog, being Fulmer. And in August, they even made headlines after Ned's sister's Instagram story documented the two attending a concert together in Los Angeles.
And Ariel and Ned were kind of laying low for the past year, until this picture was posted today of Ariel and Ned enjoying themselves and looking very happy together at Taylor Swift.
To the irritation of fans, Ned and Ariel's marriage seemed as solid as ever.
And everyone wondered if Ariel was going to go back to him. Well, we knew then, and we definitely know now because they were seen together at Taylor Swift's tour.
Now, I know people are asking, why is Ariel still with him? Why didn't she leave? Baby, she was never going to leave. This is a man that she has been with since, I believe, since they were in college. He's cheated on her before. So this is the first time he's done it publicly at the level at it was. So she was never going to leave, y'all.
She don't want to be saved. She don't want to be saved. You can't save her.
Yet the photos didn't just stir backlash, but theories. Were those the first tiptoes from the couple into their next chapter?
That whole Taylor Swift Eras Tour pop-up was so calculated. If y'all don't think it was calculated for this to be the first time people see them in public together since the whole thing broke, baby, you did not train under Olivia Pope.
It wasn't such a stretch. After all, Ariel had removed her public statement in response to the affair from Instagram 5 months ago, potentially signaling a fresh start. And according to alleged documents that Ned filed on September 6th, Ariel is supposedly the director of Fulmer Media, Inc. The internet was now rife with theories.
First of all, we're going to get a reintroduction video on their family channel with a Where Are We Now? Talking about what they've been doing for the last year, how they've, found the path to forgiveness for Ned. But the main thing they're going to go with is religion saved the marriage. They're going to blame social media and fame getting in his head and how that has supported his ego and how God guided him back to his wife.
And the once stilled rumor mill was turning once again.
But supposedly, she's pregnant with their third baby. And as for crusty Ned, he's working at BuzzFeed again. Like, he got his old job back. Does that mean he's a manager and is in charge of people again? Because that doesn't seem like a good idea.
However, when it came to that latter allegation, BuzzFeed firmly denied Ned was working with the company. What about Alex and her ex-fiancé? Where are they after the fallout? Well, as we know, Alex Herring no longer works with the Try Guys and has remained inactive on social media since her Office Place affair became the subject of an SNL skit.
He disrespected the brand by making out with one of the food babies at the Harry Styles concert.
And Will Thayer has been hanging out with friends. And in an unexpected happy twist, it appears Will has made a new friend from the fallout.
Alex Herring's ex-fiancé Will met up with a stranger that DM'd him the news that she caught Ned and Alex making out at a club in New York. Looks like the start of a great friendship, and at least you know she has your back.
As a year passed by, Ned's image remained tainted.
Inter-office romance, while frowned upon by PR, is inherently
HR?
thrilling. Oh yeah, by HR, sorry.
PR, it can be a big win.
Big night, yeah.
This is a salad that like cheats on its wife, you know?
Ned, are there any secrets that you're hiding from us?
Don't think so.
That's a lie.
Oh boy.
But the internet isn't entirely dismissive of hearing from the Fulmers again. At least, not when it comes to Ariel.
I don't judge her at all for staying with Ned because I don't know what I would do in that situation.
In fact, fans are always looking out for Ariel and paying close attention to Ned in case of any more slip-ups. Only time will tell if the internet will ever forgive Ned for his hurtful behavior. Stay tuned as we continue to report on everything buzzworthy, from comebacks to feuds to everything in between. What do you think of these stories? Let us know in the comments below.